Hello and welcome to our yoga class tonight. I am Dr. Maureen Craig, leading this yoga class. We are going to be focusing on Warrior One position. It's going to be infused throughout our class tonight. So I hope you find that a good pose, and I certainly enjoyed this practice as I was developing it, and I am hoping you will tonight as well. So I'm encouraging you to bring along some weights, something that's about 1 pound or so. Now, if you've not used weights before, it is absolutely okay to not use weights. We'll just be having that as an option tonight. And then also a yoga block, okay? So having a yoga block would be helpful too. And now let's get settled into our practice. Please find a comfortable seat in your chair. And you'll want to make sure that you have a sticky mat on the floor and that your chair is also secure and not rolling around so that you feel safe in all of your postures. Once your chair is situated, then find a comfortable seat and begin to feel that energy settling in your sit bones, the length of the spine rising up. And let's begin with our pranayama or breath practice. I like to let my eyes drift closed. So I draw myself a little more inward and feel the breath in the body. Draw the navel in and exhale completely. On the inhale, feel the spine growing tall, filling up. At the top, inhale just a bit more. Then open the mouth and let the breath out. We'll do that once again, filling up a little more. Exhale through the mouth. Draw the navel in, exhaling completely. Inhale to fullness, a little more. This time exhaling through the nose. Letting it all out and letting the body soften a little with the exhale. Inhale to fullness, a little more. Exhale through the nose. Softening, releasing. Now one more little change. Inhale to fullness, a little more. And this time blowing through the mouth, but make the lips like a straw so it slows the breath down. Melting through the body as you blow the breath through the lips. Once again, inhale to fullness. A little more, blow through the straw, melting in the body. And feeling the breath. Let the next inhale be drawn in a count to 4. Hold at the top for 2. Exhale for 4. Hold the breath out for 2. And repeat that pattern, a box breath. Inhale for 4. Hold for 2. Exhale 4. Hold it out. Inhale 4. Follow your breath. Letting the breath be smooth. Letting tension go in the body. Noticing there's plenty of air around you for breathing. Finishing the cycle you're on and taking one more. Then bringing your attention over the heart. Just noticing the heart, the felt sense over the heart. And then moving to a gratitude, something you're grateful for in your life. Perhaps this spring day, lovely weather, sunshine. Perhaps the function in your body, that your knees bend, your hips bend. You have strength in your legs. Perhaps the comfort of having a good friendship. Whatever it is, bring it in. Rest your blessings on your heart. And then releasing that part of the practice and feeling the spine grow long. Bring your hands to your knees. Exhale and gently roll the chin down towards the chest. Lengthen out the back of the neck. Slowly rolling from side to side, feeling the stretch in the back of the neck. Draw your shoulders forward up towards the ears. Raise the crown up and then let those shoulder blades drop down the back. Let the ribs really glue those shoulder blades to the ribs as they slide down. Do that a couple times. This is a very easy action, but we want to make it really engaged. Bring your attention there. And then reach your arms up into cactus. Elbows about at the level of the shoulders, if that's comfortable for you. You can certainly go lower if you need to. Then bring your thumb to your pinky finger and exhale, draw those shoulder blades together. Can you feel the stretch across the chest? The squeeze on the back body? Inhale forward now to the ring finger, exhale. Inhale, center finger, and the index finger. Just like you're selecting things out of the sky. Pinky, ring finger, middle finger, squeeze it back, and one more time through the fingers. Exhale with that squeeze. Nice. Now spread your fingers nice and wide, lift the heart just a bit, and then reach your hands long. Engage, feel those fingertips reaching, roll the thumbs back. Couple more squeezes. You might feel this stretch across the front of that bicep there. So you're rolling those thumbs back and squeezing. Very good. Gently take both hands to the outside of the leg. Lengthen the spine and gently twisting to this side. Inhale and come to the other side. Exhale into the revolution, using the strength of the core to engage in the twist. Inhale through center, exhale, revolve. Take an inhale here as you're in the revolution. And then exhale, take the gaze over the opposite shoulder. These are lovely spinal twists. Breathe through center, exhale, revolve. Inhale breath and take it over the shoulder. And release. Bring your hands to your knees. And let's take a little cat-cow, lifting the heart. Exhale, push that spine back, the navel back, reaching it behind you. Inhale, fill. Exhale, push it back. Warming up the spine. Let the movement be all the way from the crown to the tailbone. One more time here. Now this time, I want you to take your gaze over towards the left hip and just gaze towards that hip as you push the ribs out towards the right. Then come through the center and gaze at the right hip as you push the ribs out to the left. And release. All right, now we're going to come into a standing position. So I want you to have your feet underneath your knees here so the weight can come down into them. And we're going to do this a few times. Let your toes be out or straight ahead. Either one of those are fine. Let it be comfortable for you. You should have moved forward on your chair enough so that you are away from the back of the chair. And you can put some weight into your heels, okay? Now you can choose to bring your arms out in front of you just on your hips, on your knees, whatever is comfortable for you, okay? The goal here is weight in the heels and then begin to squeeze the bottom as you lift up and release the tension by squeezing the bottom side and opening up the front of the hips. And then we're going to come down into that chair again. So slowly floating down, feel the heels in the earth, float just above the chair, and then when you're ready, landing. And with your heels, push them apart a little bit so you feel the engagement of the back body. Let's go again. And release, nice and slow. Helps us strengthen. Lift it up, squeeze, open the front of the body. Exhale, coming down. Let's do 2 more. And again. Lift it up. Beautiful. Okay, let's move into some stretches here for our legs. Wanting to warm them up a little bit. So standing behind your chair, step your right foot back and let that heel come down towards the mat. Left knee is bent, and just get a good stretch in the back of that calf. And then work through the foot a little bit. Lift the heel up and down onto the ball of the foot, onto the toes. So you get a little lubrication through the foot. If we've had a shoe on all day, this can feel really good. And then we're going to switch to the other foot. Step back with the left foot. First, drop the heel to the mat. Press your hands on the back of the chair. Bend the front knee so that back calf gets a good stretch, lengthening the Achilles tendon. It's really important for our stride to have a lot of flexibility there. Then lift the heel up and just roll through the bottom of the foot a few times, up onto the toes, taking the weight in the front foot, but exercising the back foot. And then we're going to come into a wall dog. So step the feet back, hands are on the back of the chair. You're going to let your ears drop between your biceps if that's comfortable for your shoulders. If not, just go as deep as your surfing feels comfortable. Always listening to our body. Let that tailbone reach out behind you. And lengthen, maybe wag the tail just a little bit to lengthen the side body. And then stepping back up. Okay, and then we're going to move into a bit of a balanced posture, and we're going to do some strengthening now with our arms. So at this point, if you have weights, great. I'm just using a 1 pound weight. You can use whatever works for you. If you've not used weights, then take the exercises first without the weights, and then maybe on a subsequent practice, you can engage with the weights. So we're going to hinge a little bit at the hips, and you're going to bring the spine long, maybe gazing right out in front of you, and have the arms alongside you, lifting those arms right up, straight back. Exhale as you push back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to take them out into airplane wings behind us, continuing the same motion, squeezing the shoulder blades together, lengthening the spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And now coming to face you, option, you can still have softness in the knees and hips, or you can just be standing. And we're going to raise the hands out to the side, not higher than the shoulder, preferably a little lower. Okay, so lift. Feel the shoulder blades gluing to the ribs. Exhale as you lift. Nice and slow. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's set our weights aside, and now we'll come into a bit of a plank. Now, when you're doing a plank, you can do it starting here at the level of the wall. So just bring your hands to the wall. Make sure you have good grip with your feet. And just notice that as you lean into the wall, you're getting a little core engagement. And then you can step back a half a foot and try it again and see how much you're able to handle with your arms. Feel the strength of the shoulders and the arms as you're working those triceps, pushing off the wall, letting the weight slowly come down. And then continue to challenge yourself, coming out just a little bit further, okay? Find what works for you. Now, if that's not challenging, then we're gonna move on to the level of the chair. So you can come here onto the chair or the counter and bring yourself into a plank using the chair, okay? And that can be on your hands, okay? And you can just soften the elbows and push up. Or you can also bring your knees down in front of the chair and use the forearms. Place them into a forearm plank, hands together or just next to each other. Press into those forearms, then extend one leg. Use the ball of the foot, pushing it down. Engage the core just enough to lift that other knee just a little bit and pause. Lift and pause. And then switch sides. Do it on the other side. Lift and pause. Keep the low back comfortable by keeping it flat or lifted rather than sunk in, okay? And then the other option is, of course, you can come into a full forearm plank on the chair, rocking on your feet. Find the degree of challenge for you. You can also lift one foot or the other and breathing with it. Push into the forearms, keep gluing the shoulder blades down the back. One more breath, working with your arms here. And then when you're done, let your knees down and step back up to standing. All right, that was quite the workout for the arms. We're going to move into our balance posture now. And for this evening, we're going to work on dancer pose, which is a little bit of a fancy pose. It makes you feel like you're a dancer, right? So you can stand on the left leg, floating the right leg for this, or you can actually put that knee on the chair and then float with the other one, okay? So the purpose here is if your feet are comfortable and can bear weight on one foot, great. But if your feet are needing a little tension, I know some of you have some feet problems, then you can also rest on the knee and put the hand on the back of the chair. Then hold a focus point and just sweep the ankle, draw the heel in, lengthen through that knee. This is the back half of the dancer pose. And then kick that heel back a little. And release. We'll take this one more time on this side. This time I'll demonstrate it on the foot. So you can either stand in front of the chair with your hand on the back of the chair. Standing leg is left. Sweep and hold the ankle. As you're looking at a focus point out in front of you, drill that knee down, lengthening the front of that hip flexor, and then begin to push it out behind you. And if your balance feels okay, you can lift that left hand up for more of the dancer posture. A breath or two here, and then releasing. Shake it out. And let's come to the other side. Again, you can do it on the knee. There's one option. Hold your focus point. Dancer posture. Sweep that ankle. Draw it in. Drill the knee down. And push that heel back just a bit. And releasing, and we'll take it in one more time on a standing posture. So standing on the right leg, Holding that focus point, sweep the ankle and kick that heel back, lifting the heart, option to bring that right hand forward. And releasing, letting go. Okay, very good. Let's move into some flow postures, okay? And this is where we get to start to explore Warrior One. So we're going to begin by having our chair set, just the back feet are off the mat, and we're going to bring our our right foot in front of the chair. And we're going to begin in a runner's lunge. And I'm actually going to move my chair just towards the one end of the mat, so I have length to bring my foot out behind me. So 2 lanes of traffic here. And we're coming into kind of a low lunge here, letting the hips sink. And you can reach your right hand up the same side that the leg is forward. Then we'll bring that hand down and draw that right hip back. So we get a bit of a hurdler stretch. Option to draw the toes back. Breathing with that. And then as you come forward again, this time you can take a twist. The right hand can go to the sky. You can also bring your elbow down onto the chair and then let that right hand go to the sky. And then as you bring that right hand down, now we're going to take the Warrior One. So the back toes are going to lean off to 10 o'clock. You can keep your hand on the chair. Reach that right hand up. The back hand is on the back of the chair. And that right hand can come out to the side if that's more comfortable, or into cactus for your shoulders. Feel what's right for you. And if it's comfortable for both hands to go up, certainly you can do that straight up or in cactus. And you can actually bring your hands behind you in airplane as well. So you choose. Hold that focus point, let the hips sink a little, keep that knee right over the ankle. This hand can rest on the chair at any point. Strengthen those legs by pushing them apart from each other. And releasing. Very good. Let's take those moves on the other side. Bring your left foot in front of the chair, step back for your lunge. Your right hand rests on the chair. And I should maybe be teaching in mirrors because it might be easier for you to follow me if I do that. So holding your lunge position, letting the hips lower a bit. Option to bring that, I'll teach in mirror here, in your right hand up. Breathing with that. Bring that right hand down and draw that right hip back, lengthening the spine as you float the heart down, possibly peel the right toes up. Good stretch in the back of that right leg. Feeling the hamstring there. Let that foot land. Bring your left elbow down into the chair or the left hand on the chair, either one. We're going to gently turn the heart towards the right as you lift the right hand up into the sky. And then bringing that hand down now, we're going to come to a Warrior One posture. The back foot, your left foot, will angle off to 10 o'clock and sweep the arms up. The one hand can be on the back of your chair for support. Sweep your right hand up, out to the side or behind you, whichever works for you. Holding your Warrior One posture here, push the feet apart, 2 lanes of traffic. Front toes at 12 o'clock, back toes at 2 or 10 o'clock. One more breath here. And release. Very good. All right, now we'll take these kind of in another level of flow here with the Warrior One posture. We're going to start in Warrior One and then kind of explore from there, okay? So before we do that, for just a tiny break in between, let's take a few side bends. Side bends are so valuable for our core practice. So finding your mountain, begin by reaching up with your left hand, down with your right. Feel the body kind of do a side bend as you're doing that. Inhale and switch. Inhale and switch. Inhale and switch. Both arms up if that's comfortable for your shoulders. If it's not, continue what you were doing. Exhale and side bend over. Inhale through center, exhale, side bend. Push the hips out opposite of the hands. One more time each side. Feel the core engaging, staying strong. Inhale, lift. Exhale, side bend. And releasing. All right, very good. Now, let's move into our Warrior One posture. Bring your right foot forward. Left foot back at the angle for 2 o'clock. So that you, or 10 o'clock, so that you are in a good lunge position with the Warrior Two footing. Okay, and then once your feet are in position, holding your hand on the back of the chair here, let the hips sink. And we're coming up into our Warrior One. You choose the arms that are right for you. Push the feet apart. Now we're going to straighten that right hip and draw the elbows back, lift the heart, cactus arms. Inhale here, exhale, sink into your Warrior One. Keep that hand on the back of the chair as much as is useful for you. Holding your focus by holding a gaze on a fixed point in front of you. Breathing with this as you're moving back and forth between these two postures. Keep the tension between the 2 feet. One more time, sinking and lifting and release. Now, taking your hands, both hands onto the chair, we're going to lift the back heel and we're going to come into runner's lunge pyramid as an option, okay? So the 2 feet are lunging, 2 lanes of traffic. This one, the knee is directly over the ankle. The back heel is lifted. Feel the heart lifting. Your hands are resting on the chair. You're letting your hips sink, offloading a little weight into the chair. Now draw the hips back, front hip really far back. Lengthen the spine out. Let the heart come towards that front knee. Exhale and soften. Inhale, return to your runner's lunge, back and forth here. Keep just a little micro bend in that knee as you draw the hip back. Want to keep comfort in this. So we're stretching these big muscles in the legs. Inhale, coming forward, lifting the heart. Exhale, draw it back. One more time, coming forward and pulling it back. Very good. Stepping back up, we'll move to the other side. Now having your left foot forward, rest your hands on the chair as you come first into that lunge position. Then tip the back toes off to 10 or 2 o'clock. 2 lanes of traffic. We're starting in our Warrior One. Feel the feet press away from each other. Your hand can rest on the back of the chair. The arms can come straight up, out to the side, or out behind you. Take your posture for Warrior One, holding a focus point and pushing the feet away from each other. Breathing with it. When you're ready, draw your elbows into cactus and draw that front hip back as you straighten the knee. Again, the hand can rest on the chair as you do that. Inhale, sink. And draw it back. Sinking down. Draw it back with a big breath here. Exhale down. Inhale. And down. Let's take that one more time. And sinking. All right, bring your hands to the chair. We're going to reposition the back foot with a lifted heel, coming into the lunge position. Both hands are on the seat of the chair, so you play with lowering the hips. Keep that front knee over the ankle, 2 lanes of traffic. Both feet are parallel with the mat. Lifting the heart here, sinking the hips. And then on the exhale, draw the hips back, especially the front hip, and let the spine get long as it floats over that knee. Inhale, come back to your lunge. The back heel lifts a bit. Exhale, coming more to that pyramid pose, drawing that front hip back, lengthening with a flat, strong back. So keep the back engaged. Don't let the back hunch. Let the back be flat. That helps you activate the muscles here in the back of that front leg, the hamstring. Letting it slowly float over the knee. And again, coming into your lunge position. And then back to your pyramid. Very good. And stepping back up to standing. Okay, how are you doing? You feeling those legs get a good stretch, I'm hoping. All right, so now we're going to take just a little balance and then we're going to move back into our final flow with the B series. So standing on both feet, we'll reach our arms out for a star. And you can roll the thumbs back if that feels good, or let the back of the hands come back. So make a nice big star with your body. And then if you're okay with it, float one heel, a nice floating star. And then switch over and float the other heel. One more time each side, gently breathing as you're coming back and forth between the two. And take it over. And release. All right, for our next series, we're going to work behind the chair, coming in the B line up with Warrior 2, which is the feet in one lane of traffic. So having your hands resting on the back of the chair, let's step apart a full stride. Let the heels be out just a bit more than the toes. Squeeze the glutes and lift the heart. Help open the front of the hip flexors. And then we're going to go ahead and turn the toes on the right foot to face the top of the mat. And soften that knee down. The back toes are out to the side of the mat. Then bring the elbow, the right elbow onto the knee. Turn the heart to the side so that your body is pressed between 2 planes of glass, and that back arm, your left arm, can be resting on your thigh, or it can be up straight in the sky or over the ear, whatever is comfortable for you. Pushing the 2 feet apart or resting the hand on the chair to give you support. And you can also use the bottom hand for support if you're wanting to explore things with your top arm. One more breath here. Engage the pelvic floor with exhale. Gently, with intention here now, let that elbow come off the knee and you'll feel the core engage. We're asking more from our abdomen as we come up to Warrior 2. Let the arms float out. Keep that front knee safe and right over the ankle. Another breath. Front hand, palm up, and sweep that hand to the sky. As the right hand goes to the sky, the left hand goes down the leg. Breathing for 3. Engage the pelvic floor. Coming back to warrior 2. Draw that front hip back. We're going to come into Trikonasana now. So really lengthen that front leg. Float the hands forward. Again, rest your hand on the back of the chair if that helps. Float the hands forward and then bring that bottom hand to the inside or outside of that knee. Of that calf or thigh. It can be on the thigh or the calf. Try to avoid the knee. And then the top arm can go up or rest on the chair. And then place the hand on the back of the chair as you switch sides. So we're going to turn the right toes to face towards me, and then the left toes are going to face parallel with the mat or towards the back of the mat. And then let the hips sink a little bit as that knee comes over the ankle. One lane of traffic here. Let that elbow, your left elbow, come down to the knee and find what's comfortable for that top arm, whether it be on the chair or in the sky. Letting your heart turn towards the side and breathing. Feeling the breath in the body. Now where it gets challenging, you could place your hand on the chair and then lift that elbow off the mat, off of the knee, and feel the ask of the abdomen, the core, as you're lifting and moving into warrior 2. Nice and slow. Find your warrior 2. And breathing for 3. Use the exhale to engage your pelvic floor. Shoulders away from the ears. And then float your palm up. Come back into your peaceful warrior. 3 breaths here. Strong in the core. When you're ready, moving back to warrior 2. Hand can be on the back of the chair at any time. Keep yourself steady as you transition in particular. Gazing forward, now draw that front hip way back. This will be your left hip. Draw it back and then float the arms out and bring that bottom hand to the inside of the calf or thigh. The top hand can rest on the back of the chair or reach up to the sky. Trikonasana, triangle posture. Your gaze can be at the sky, out to the side, or down at the earth, whatever is comfortable for you. Keep your neck long and breathing. And smiling. Hand on the back of the chair and slowly finding your way back up to standing. And now we're going to do a little challenge for our hips. So setting your chair aside, and if you have a ball or a block, this is an opportunity to use that. We're going to do a wall squat, okay? And these are really good in particular for helping our posture, strengthening our hip muscles, and it happens to be one of the exercises they recommend for lowering blood pressure. So walk your feet. Now make sure your feet are able to get a good grip on the floor and that your wall is steady. So push your sacrum into the wall, push the shoulder blades into the wall, and push even your head into the wall. And slowly slide down, and you might need to put your feet out a little bit further depending how low you're feeling up to sliding. Then you can place your block either in the number 2 position or the number 1 position for your squeeze. There we go. Let it be between the knees. Squeeze the knees together. Push the small of the back in. And you can bring your arms in cactus as well if you like. But you can also just rest your arms down. Breathing for 3. Squeeze the pelvic floor. Inhale and exhale. Pushing, engaging all these muscles. Another big breath. And exhale. Do we have one more in us? And exhale. And pushing forward here, push on the back wall as you lift yourself up and shake out those legs. Okay, let's do that one more time. Okay, this is a practice, so just kind of explore with it. This is a powerful posture, really working our muscles. So see what's right for you and how deep you want to engage. Remember, each of these exercises are very modifiable based on, your level of fitness, and your goal is to always honor your level of fitness and just surf the edge just a little bit. So a little progressive challenge to keep strengthening. No matter what age we are, we can continue to strengthen. Pressing the sacrum and the back body into the wall as you slowly slide down the wall. Coming into your wall squat. Option to place the block between the knees. Option to press the arms into the wall. Engage the pelvic floor with exhale. 2. 1 more. And then press your hands into the wall to push you off the wall and release your block to set it aside. All right, shake that out just a little bit and we'll do a couple conductor swings. So put your feet out at 45, a 3/4 stride, softening the hips and the knees. And then sweeping the arms a little bit behind you. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, lift the heart. Exhale, float the arms up behind you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, coming down with some softness in our knees and hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swing it down. Once more each position. And exhale. And then as you stand, shake out anything that's holding tension. Maybe it feels good to rotate the body a little bit, swinging the arms, whatever feels good to you, or shaking out a leg so you get rid of some of that tension. And then we're going to come back into our chair for a little bit of our core and stretch. So finding just about half the leg on the chair, not all the full leg. So just finding your seat there, tallness in your seat. And then we're going to march a little, lifting one leg, bring it down. Feel the ask of the abdomen as we lift that knee, engaging the hip flexor. Nice and slow, marching, keep the heart lifted. Find your breath, be peaceful with this little march. We can call it the peace march, huh? There we go. Marching, marching. Breathing. And then we're going to leave both feet on the mat and widen the knees apart a little bit. Lengthen the spine and drop the left arm to the inside of the left leg as you rotate the heart the other direction. Option to lift the right arm up to the sky. Come through center, prayer in a chair, and switch to the other side. Coming back to center, bring your hands to your hips, feet forward. And we're going to just take the weight of the body like in different bending positions. So the spine stays long and engaged, and we're going to feel engagement as we lean forward. And then lean back, so you just barely touch the back rail of the chair. Leaning forward, keep the heart lifted, and lean back. And now we're going to take it side to side. So lean off to one side, come through center, and lean off to the other. And again. Now we're going to put our hands in cactus. Lean forward, lean back, lean forward, lean back. Feel the abdomen engage as you do that. Now side to side, like a little tiki god here. Engaging that core. And now, if you want, you can let your arms go long. Each time you make your arms a little further away from the body, it increases the ask of the core. So choose where you want your arms. And then we'll lean a little bit forward. And leaning back. Lean forward. And lean back. And then leaning side to side. And again, side to side. All right, let's take a little stretch here. Extend your right leg forward, draw the toes back, and make sure that your legs are fully off. So just the hips are on the chair at this point. Lengthen out the spine, a little micro bend in the knee as you draw your heart towards that knee, and get a good stretch in your hamstring. And then switching sides. Lengthen out and slowly draw your heart down towards a softened knee. And then as you come up, we're going to take that number 4 stretch where you bring the left ankle across the right knee. And then just letting the hip open a little bit. The stretch is in the outer hip, so do what's comfortable for you. Lengthening the spine and possibly having a little revolution there. And then switching to the other side. Always amazes me how much different one side can be than the other, but trying to be present with the part of the body you're working with. Lengthening the spine, letting the hip drop open, the ankle is flexed. And releasing that. Place your hands on your knees. Lift the heart a bit and just take a few cat-cows here. Sweep your arms out to the side. Big inhale as you lift the arms up. Exhale, bring them to the heart. And drop your left hand to the inside of the knee and sweep the other hand back, revolving the heart just a bit in that twist. Coming back to center, inhale, big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. Right hand comes to the inside of the knee. The left hand sweeps back. One more time each side, lifting up. Exhale, hands to heart. Drop the hand to the inside of the knee, sweep back. Inhale, scoop it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Hand to the inside of the knee, sweep and revolve. And letting go. We're preparing now for Shavasana, finding the posture that's right for you. You can rest in your chair, leaning against the back of the chair, or in an upright position with both feet on the floor, so you're feeling meditative. You can also recline yourself on a nearby couch or bed. And then I also offer the option of the waterfall position on the mat. So in that case, you'll come down to your mat and put your calves here up in the chair. Scoot your bottom up close to the chair, and your feet can come up, resting the legs on the chair. Whichever posture you're choosing, take a moment or two to just sense, am I comfortable in this posture? Do I need any adjustments? Perhaps some covering over the eyes. Once you've settled into your Shavasana posture, find the breath in the body. And just holding the word yield. Can you yield a little bit in the body, letting the earth hold you? Let your exhales really come out. Let it go. Surrender. Can you surrender? Letting it all go, if just for a few moments. Softening around the face, the eyebrows, the eyes, the mouth, the cheeks, the inside of the mouth. Letting the shoulders get a bit heavy. The arms heavy and wet, noodles, limp alongside the body. Letting fully go of the whole body as it rests supported here. Sensing the warmth all the way down into your toes, your feet. Sensing the warmth in your hands, your fingers. And when you're ready, resting your attention on the heart and the breath over the heart. Ease of the stream of the breath coming to you, receiving. Receiving the in-breath, releasing the out-breath. Beginning to deepen your breath a bit. And perhaps remembering or recalling your gratitude. Something you were happy about, grateful for. Beginning to find a little movement in the body or continuing in stillness, whatever is right for you. Engage in a bit of a stretch or comfort any part of the body that needs a little attention. And then if it's right for you, joining me in a seated posture as we say our closing words. Bringing your hands in front of your heart. The light and life in me honors the light and life in you. May you know peace. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, friends, for joining me for our chair yoga practice.